Whew. Hello everyone, welcome to SIR Café, a new series where I talk about different topics across various mediums. These videos will be presented in a short burst, like my daily dose of caffeine, and are not as full length as my other videos. But you'll get more content from me to enjoy on a more frequent basis. So sit down, grab a coffee, and enjoy. Fate Stay Night is a well-known anime and is the most prominent show of the Fate franchise. Spoiler warning, it is best if you've already watched Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. Fate Stay Night is a show based around 7 mages who can summon servants who are people throughout history, notorious for their strength. There are 7 sets of classes consisting of Saber, King Arthur, Lancer, Assassin, Caster, Rider, Archer, Shu Emiya, Berserker, and due to special circumstances, has a second archer class involved, Gilgamesh. These heroes and Gilgamesh...
Actually, Gilgamesh is a hero. He's called the King of Heroes.
Why are you wearing a... These heroes and Gilgamesh are summoned to fight for the Holy Grail, an all-powerful wish granting them a magical item. In Fate Stay Night, it is revealed later in the story that Archer is the main protagonist from the future. This is foreshadowed at the beginning of the Holy Grail War. The purpose for Shuru to join the Holy Grail War wasn't to fight for the Holy Grail, but to kill himself as a child, because of a contract that he made with Gaia, an omnipotent force that protects humanity. This leads to Shuru's endless cycle of ruthlessly killing people who are remotely threatening to humanity. As you can expect, this isn't very pleasant, so he conspired to kill himself as a teen. However, his continuous attempts are failed. I believe he never intended to kill himself as a teen. He had opportunities to, but he decided to spout life lessons repeatedly. This struck me as peculiar, because if you were about to kill someone, you wouldn't try to get into an argument with their morals. Furthermore, in his fight with his teen self, we can see he has mana from his production of his daggers. The fact that he was in his reality marble meant he could command a sword to stab his teen self in the back. Moreover, there are points in the fight where Teen Shuru is throwing up, seeing his own future, in which Archer could easily kill him. This shows how he had an ample chance to kill himself as a teen. One possibility is he physically couldn't because of the grandfather paradox. This paradox states that if you go back in time to kill your grandfather, you couldn't, because if you kill your grandfather, he wouldn't have given birth to your parents that in turn gave birth to you, wanting to kill your grandfather. This could show how Archer physically can't kill his past self, because there wouldn't be a future self to kill his teen self. However, I believe in Everett's interpretation of quantum mechanics. This is normally applied on a micro scale, but it can also be visualized on a macro scale. So when Archer Shuru gets summoned for the Holy Grail War, it branches into 2 universes, one where he is summoned, and one where he isn't. This of course couldn't happen, because Rin Tosaka, Archer Shuru's master, had a necklace to catalyze the summoning where that would happen. But because the universe splits Archer Shuru, he wouldn't be killing his teen self, but Teen Shuru from another near-identical universe where there are slightly different decisions made. This would mean he isn't stopping himself, but he would prevent a certain Shuru from cutting a deal with Gaia and leading to a never-ending cycle of killing. So this would mean he cannot stop himself completely, but he could prevent alternate versions of himself from becoming a killing machine. This would pose the question, why would he go back? I thought about this for a bit. I believe he heard fighting your past self makes him stronger and catch up to you quickly. He keenly references during his fight with Teen Shuru. This leads Shuru getting a massive buff and creating a reality marble full of swords that are all at his disposal. This means he can have access to every weapon he ever will and has made, meaning he has a near-endless supply of weapons due to the fact that a bit of his deal with Gaia said that he couldn't die, but it was for the general good of humanity. This massive power boost leads to him being able to fight Gilgamesh, the aforementioned other archer, who is widely considered the strongest servant because of his lack of a need for a mage's use of mana and his expansive weapon collection that he can launch at a moment's notice. They can perfectly counter each other. However, Teen Shuru cuts off Gilgamesh's arm due to his complete lack of sword fighting skills. This power boost saves millions of lives. However, if we trace all universes back to the very first, it would be impossible for an archer to come back in time. What would have happened? Well, I believe that this is where it begins to get somewhere complex, because Rin Tosaka, the person who explained the Grail War to Shuru, wouldn't have been a master, as there wouldn't have been a future Shuru with a deal with Gaia to come back. The only catalyst she had was a heart locket that she owned, and she wouldn't have had a servant, meaning she couldn't have participated in the Holy Grail War. Caster would still attack the skull-killing rider, leaving another mate Shinji to begin complaining and get Gilgamesh. This is where it begins to get extremely messy, due to the fact that a lot of the plans are crafted by Tasaka, and it is hard to imagine Shu's strategy. I believe that Gilgamesh could easily kill everyone. This is where his catastrophic dream becomes true, and leads to the death of millions. He would probably flee and take Sakura and Fuji with him, with Saber for protection. What could have happened, while running, is that he encountered Tasaka, and Saber thus identified her as a mage. This would mean they all run away, but Shiro almost dies in a desperate attempt to save everyone, but is ultimately saved by Tasaka's heart locket. Then, as a sign of gratitude, he carries it around, which then later on acts as a catalyst. This still wouldn't explain why he heeds the call to the Holy Grail War. Shiro says in the anime that he liked Tasaka, so while running away, they could have been attacked, leaving Shiro barely alive by himself again. When he realizes that everyone has died, he vows to become a hero of justice, to compensate for all of the people that died from Gilgamesh. So when Shiro goes back in time, he helps by buffing himself as a kid, to the point where Gilgamesh gets killed, and means Rin, Sakura, and Fuji survived. But hey, that's just a theory.
You can't rip off game and film theory.
Oh god, you are right. I will think of something though. But hey, that is just a hypothesis. A film hypothesis.
It's not a film.
But hey, that is just a hypothesis. A television show hypothesis.
Actually, some people don't say that, and there's a television show.